particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run in crossing that first down marker.
Receiver in motion, going left. It's Warren on third down. And they crush him right near the marker. It looks close, but yeah, Brock, I think he safely got that first down before the hit. 2 yards on the pickup, and he'll bring up a Pittsburgh first down. And time runs out before they get the snap off. That's the end of one. It's a 2-score game early. More from Acrisure Stadium after the break. Second quarter, all queued up and ready to go. It's Steeler football. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
Finds a seam down the middle. And he'll be touchdown after a big play.
You know, Kid, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position by hitting on that shot. You've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
He's got room to roam here. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. Offense in the hurry up here. First down, and they go right back to him. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Wilson to throw it. Forced out to his right. The Texans closing in, and they will get him. And they're going to have to regroup after this one. It's the 2-minute warning now from Acrisure. The Steelers with some work to do, trailing in this game. This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. Complete beyond the marker. And this is down all the way to the 3. That's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with 1st and goal. Russ now from the gun. And got his man. That's a Pittsburgh touchdown. The Steelers make it a 1-score game before halftime. George Pickens the touchdown. Slant route, as it does so many times every game we call, Brock. Paying dividends. Made that touchdown look a lot easier than it was.
An uncontested release that close to the end zone spells disaster for a defense every time, Kate. You got to have a whole lot more physicality at the point of attack because a QB is always going to be looking for that short little slant near the goal line.
Just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback, this drive starting from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Stroud. Fits it through the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Stroud throwing here on 1st. Completed to Collins. He's taken down at the 30. That's 16 on the pickup. And the Texans are going to have a first down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the...
Touchdown, Houston! Fairbairn now for the PAT. Oh, it's a fake. They're going to flip it to the kicker. He's going to throw. Got it inside the 10. And he's into the end zone, and that shows what kind of game they've been having. Even that works for them, and it adds an extra 2 to their lead. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Returning it from the 4. He's got a lane up past the 30. They'll bring him down on the return as he gets this to the 33. Last drive of the half isn't going to be long. 14 seconds remaining. First down, here's Russ. He's throwing deep to the left side. And that's going to fall incomplete. We're down to 9 seconds left.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage. And that really did help force the incompletion.
Looking to throw. He's loaded another one up. Oh, this is getting ugly early. Intercepted again. Taken away by the rookie from USC. And he's brought down, but there's some laundry on the field. So halftime has to wait one more snap. That pass interference call means we've got an untimed down coming up. First down throw from Wilson. Throwing for the end zone. Oh my, it's intercepted in the end zone. And the Texans do not get the return all the way back. That's going to bring us to the end of our first half. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the third quarter. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Patterson now to return it. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful return. They'll get this drive started. First and 10.
14.
Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Oh no, they get him yet again. Azeez Al-Shaair has it. And the Texans will get the football right at that 25-yard line following the interception. And it doesn't matter who gets that ball to start the second half because he picks it off on the very first play.
I wonder at halftime, down there in that locker room on the whiteboard, if that defensive coaching staff just said simply, go get the ball. It's exactly what they do, and it totally changes the complexion of this second half.
They're out and set, first and 10.
Here we go.
From the gun, Stroud. Has his man, it's Mixon. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. They get 19, and now they're going to have first and goal.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal.
All right.
From the red zone now. Escapes the pocket. And that one's incomplete, but boy, are they lucky it wasn't intercepted. That was a risky shot, but fortunately, they still have 2nd down coming up.
That was it. That was their chance to escape this series. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points, and that was their ticket off the field. Unfortunately, he just couldn't quite hang on.
So the incompletion on 1st, here's 2nd and goal. Now it's Stroud. He's on the move. Doesn't make the connection.
You know, Kate, it looked to me like this one, he leaves the pocket, and this is where you're out in the schoolyard, out on the playground, and you're looking for your buddy to find that connection. Unfortunately, receiver QB, they could not find the completion that time.
Buckle up, it's 3rd and goal. To the air yet again, it's Stroud. On the move, headed right. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And now it's decision time on 4th and goal.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
All right.
Stroud gonna go on 4th down. And he will score. Touchdown, Houston! The Texans push their lead further to start the half. Nico Collins with the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. So the Texans gonna run it back, try for another 2-point conversion. He's throwing for it. Buys time, rolling right. And he's into the end zone. That play adds a couple more to their lead. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Patterson now to return it. And he gets up beyond the 20, but they plant him a few inches into the ground to end that return. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
14.
Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
2nd and 10 now. And they pick him off again. Picked off by Jalen Petrie. And the Texans have it after forcing his 4th INT of the day. Well, Brock, it has been a special day for this defense when it comes to forcing turnovers. Big play after big play, and that is their 4th interception of this contest.
Special for the defense and an absolute nightmare for a quarterback. 1 interception, it sticks with you all week long, but throwing 4? He probably wishes he could be anywhere else on earth other than this field right now.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Here's Stroud now. Chased out to his right. That one hits the ground incomplete, but a flag also hit the ground. Let's sort this out. Offense tagged for the penalty there as they walk off the distance. Offense to the line for second down. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Cut by Diggs. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped.
You know, as any quarterback is going to tell you, that's one of the most difficult things to do, knowing you're going to get blasted. That defender's coming right at you, but you got to throw an accurate ball. It does two things. Number one, it strikes fear in the defense, and number two, you gain respect of your teammates.
3rd and 4 coming up now. Throwing now from the gun. Escapes out to the left. He loses the football. Steelers have it, headed the other way.
There are so many fundamental details play the quarterback position, especially in the pocket. But you get loose, you make a nice little run, you get in the open field, you gotta have the fundamentals to tuck that ball away. QB doesn't, defender knocks it out. Huge turn of events.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Wilson from his own end zone. Into the hands of Pat Freiermuth. And he's able to get it to the 21 as he goes down. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains. To the line we go. They're set. 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Ross off the play fake. He throws a bullet deep to the right side. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down.
Oh, that's a major missed opportunity right there. Coverage can breathe a little sigh of relief. They dodged a bullet. Time to adjust and get some extra help on the back end to take away those open shots downfield.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Wilson now from the gun. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught. Looking for his wide receiver there. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
They would sure love to connect on some of these intermediate throws, those chunk throws. Getting a completion like that, well, not only does it spark your offense, but it just sets you up for even more aggressive play calling.
Throwing on 3rd, Wilson. Throw complete to Williams. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Here's Wilson, 4th down. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Azeez Al-Shaair has it. And the Texans take it away once again. The 5th time they've intercepted in this game. Oh, man, Brock. Somebody, those other leaders on that sideline, they've got to sit him down and calm him down. 3 consecutive drives now where he's thrown an interception.
Yeah, this defense is just all over him, seeing every throw, anticipating these routes before they're even run. When he's dropping back to throw, and I know this feeling, it's horrible as a quarterback. It feels like there's 20 defenders out there on this defense. It's not just imperative that the quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
So we're through 3 here. It's Texans football as we start the 4th, and they hold a commanding advantage here. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 16. Oh, no, he lost control of another one. Oh, he's got it back again.
You know what? Everybody on the field is going to make mistakes. The key is to clean that up as quickly as you can. Ball carrier loses possession, but he doesn't panic and lose composure. Instead, well, he hops on the ball and he saves the day.
So near disaster a moment ago, but the drive's still in trouble if they can't convert on third. He has the first over the middle, and he's able to get this down to the 13. Third and 18 kills most drives, right? But they find an opening and hit it to pick up the first.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long. A handoff for Mixon, running right. And he carries it for a big gain that gets him down into the red zone. 9 yards there, normally a great outcome, Brock, but still a long way to go here on 3rd down.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Gotta figure out this 3rd down here. Mixon on the toss. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. That brings us to the 2-minute warning in Pittsburgh. Texans can rest easy with a 3-score lead. Fourth and forever coming up.
Here we go.
Stroud. Cut near the goal line. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That'll be a 20-yard hit on 4th down, Brock, and it keeps this drive moving.
Oh, I love 4th downs. It just brings out the very best, and you get to see how you handle the most pressure, and it turns out, well, they handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Mixon has the Houston touchdown. The Texans keep adding to that 4th quarter lead. It's a Joe Mixon touchdown. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. You know, I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
The Texan offense out now for another 2-point opportunity. They'll try to run it in. And he is in for the score. We may not see them kick ever again, partner. They're now 3 for 3 on 2-point tries today.
Kaimi Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Hey, guys, listen. Green, aim.
Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Trying to push it deep downfield. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. George Pickens, the intended target. So that brings up 2nd down. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
And they pick him off again! Jeff Okudah with the INT. And the Texans have it once again after yet another interception.
You know, my dad was my old high school coach. He's a play caller. He was an offensive guy. And after days like this, and I remember one in particular, he'd say, son, some days peanuts, some days shells. This has been nothing but a bunch of shells for this quarterback today.
New set of downs for him at the 38.
Here we go, let's go.
1st and 10, a run to Mixon. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the 1st.
That was the perfect play call for that particular situation. Gave him enough to pick up a 1st with some room to spare.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10.
That's right.
On the ground again with Mixon. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a 1st down.
Second and 6 coming up here. Keeping it with Mixon. And they take him down, but he's able to get this inside the red zone. Give him 4 yards there, and they only need 1 more now on 3rd down. So the Texans come away with the road win. And it's not quite a full game shutout, Brock, but keeping that other side off the board in the 2nd half, that sure went a long way towards securing them this win. Made things a lot easier for everyone else to operate in the closing stages of the game. And with Brock Huard and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. It's a win for the Texans as we say so long from Pittsburgh.